Hello there, guys. Welcome to an eventful night in the NFL.
What's up, fellas?
Kyle's dumbfounded by all of the recent news, which we
CMC?
will definitely talk about. Yep, that's the one.
Dude,
Alrighty.
what the hell?
We have Jorge up in the house saying,
Not the
let's
team.
go McCaffrey. We got Derryberry up in here. Albert, what's up? I still don't know whatever to say. Is this Diggs, Diggs, not really sure. Anyways, we also got Mr. Crusher in here already. Cool. So yeah, let's talk about the newest news here, and that's CMC to the Niners. Holy crap, guys.
Yeah.
That was not what I was expecting to see this evening.
I didn't even know that he was on the radar for them.
No, I thought for sure it'd be like the Rams. But
what does that do for Garoppolo? What does that do for Elijah Mitchell? What does that do for the Carolina offense?
What does it do for CMC? I mean, with Elijah
That's a
Mitchell.
good move for CMC.
So
I think it's good for CMC. It crushes Mitchell. I'm curious to see how it affects Debo.
yes.
I don't think they'll be getting him the ball on runs as much now. Which they already were kind of cutting down anyways, but
yeah, I'm wondering, and I told Kyle this just a minute ago, I'm wondering if Elijah Mitchell's injury isn't going to keep him out longer than we thought. Kyle thought it was just a different running style, and Mitchell doesn't fit that system that they want to run there as much as like a CMC does. What do you think, Tony?
They run the zone. I mean, it's a zone that, that zone run offense is more of a one-cut downhill type. So I thought Elijah Mitchell fit just fine. But if you get a chance to get a CMC, you got to get him.
Agreed.
And, the 49ers have demonstrated a lot of commitment to bold moves in acquiring talent. I haven't seen the details of the trade. I'm curious to see what they paid to get him.
It just says draft picks so far is all I've seen. So
Shanahan's is gonna ride this guy. No doubt.
Absolutely. It's just, but that's exactly what Shanahan needed, was another injury-prone running back on his roster. That's I think that's really scary for that offense. That offense is going to be really good. As if they weren't already really good.
Yeah.
Now they're going to be really freaking good. That's going to make them dangerous.
Could be all they need to go over the top. I mean, it's a team that's gone to the NFC Championship,
Well, he's not throwing the ball, but it's going to help.
No, I'm not talking about him throwing the ball. They don't need him throwing the ball. Garoppolo's fine in that offense. He actually fits that offense perfect. But this kind of offensive addition is, because that was close last year. I mean, they were just inches from getting to that, making past that Rams team.
Yeah,
so
that's
be very interesting.
I agree. Kyle's right though. I don't know what this does for Debo, or if they're still going to work him into some of those running plays. I don't know. I think that kills Debo's running upside quite a bit.
Even if it doesn't crush Mitchell completely, it definitely, once Mitchell's back, Jeff Wilson's going to be a non-factor.
Yeah, you can drop Jeff Wilson. But does CMC, he's not playing Sunday now, so now you got to pull CMC from your lineups this week, right?
Well, I will say this real quick for all the guys who are on our waivers or on our chat tonight. You should rush out to your waivers real quick and get Chuba Hubbard.
You think Chuba Hubbard, or you think Foreman? I think Foreman's a better running back.
Oh, you think Foreman is a direct backup?
I think so.
I'd rather have Foreman. Yeah,
Foreman's just better.
Hubbard's just not that good.
Yeah, last year he didn't do very well. I'm thinking Foreman's probably the guy. So
it'll be a committee of some sort, but I think Foreman leads it.
Yeah, I think Kyle's right. I think that's exactly how it goes. Let's see. Knew I should have started Eno over Dylan. Went off on my bench. Thanks, guys. Yeah.
I didn't play Eno anywhere against New Orleans. I mean,
yeah, that's tough.
Sometimes flukes happen, bro.
Here's that Foreman or Hubbard. Yeah, because it looked like Eno wasn't going to get any goal line carries. It looked like it was all Ingram tonight. Just going back to that one, and then they got him there at the end. So Foreman or Hubbard, the pickup for the Panthers running back. That's what we were just talking about. It's probably going to be a committee. I would think Foreman is probably the 1A. Hubbard's going to be your 1C.
Yeah. 1C.
So that's probably how that's going to be.
1F.
Ooh, played James Robinson over Eno. That's a bold move.
I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, probably.
I did not feel comfortable with against New Orleans, but like I said, sometimes flukes happen.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to put up so many points tonight. Granted, some of them were from their defense, but not the point. Yeah, McCaffrey and Niner. Yeah, I bet Sushi. I bet you are just so jacked, man. That is.
What's funny is he wasn't here to talk about the Niners' loss last week, but he's here to talk about McCaffrey.
Wouldn't you be? Wouldn't
funny,
you be?
It's funny how that works.
If McCaffrey was drafted to our Cowboys, that's all we would talk about all night. I promise you that.
You know what? I would even settle for them trading Zeke away from our Cowboys, and I'd be on here talking about that. So,
I don't remember what this trade was. That CMC Diggs trade.
I don't either.
I don't remember exactly, but I like this move for CMC. It's the best quarterback he's probably ever played with, and it's the best offensive line he's probably ever played with. They actually have other weapons on the field that defenses have to respect and spread it out. So
now he's just got to remain healthy. If he stays healthy, he's going to put up nasty numbers.
Yeah, I'm going to trade me and Tony on camera. Oh, that's not what I said to do. Come on now.
You can put me behind it too. I don't care.
There we go. Ooh, well, my head's a little higher on my screen there. I'm like big head. Yeah, does Jimmy G check down to his running backs, Tony?
They don't really utilize the running backs a lot in that passing game, but they've never had a CMC.
I'll say I think up in the slot some and stuff, so he'll still get some catches.
For me personally, I think it helps Debo because I think it protects Debo. Part of Debo's issue last year was because he was getting banged up, taking those handoffs out of the backfield. Debo is still going to be an essential part of that offense, and if anything, I think this kind of opens things up for him a little bit more. And if you got him in Dynasty, it probably prolongs his Dynasty value. I'm not down on Debo.
Yeah, it may even open him up even more. I mean, that offense is going to be so dynamic. You're going to have to spread the field with Ayuk coming on, and you got Kittle, Debo, CMC. Jesus. Okay.
Kittle remains a non-factor now.
I mean, they gave Debo. I think the total value of the contract they gave him is like $75 million or just about. So, 73, 74, 75 million. This is Shanahan and who's the GM, Lynch. I mean, these guys are all in on Debo. So Debo isn't going anywhere in this offense.
Yeah, they love him.
But I do want to see the trade details because I know Carolina was asking for multiple high draft picks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet they gave him whatever they wanted. Also with Trey Lance next year, because CMC does really good with a running quarterback too, because now they have to respect that weapon as well. Next year they'll be sick too. Anyways, yeah, I'm sending all offers for McCaffrey right now. Yeah, I don't blame you. If Elijah Mitchell did good, I'm extremely positive CMC can do good. Yeah, very true. Because CMC is way better than Mitchell. I know everyone's wanting to know this. I think Foreman is the pickup there. I think we all pretty much agreed on that. I think it's going to be a committee, but Chuba last year was not impressive. And Foreman played for Tennessee last year. Is that right?
Yeah.
Where he stepped in and did really well. I thought Dante Foreman looked pretty good last year.
He did pretty well filling in for Henry until he got an injury of his own, if I remember right.
Yeah.
Well, here it is right here. It just posted.
Oh, did it?
2023, second, third, fourth, and a future fifth, a future sixth, and seventh. Oh, wait a second. No, it's a tooth. That's for Robbie. So they got a 2, 3rd, and a 4th, for a second rounder, 3rd rounder, 4th rounder. They got this coming draft, 2023. Niners gave up their second, third, fourth round picks for CMC. That's a
Wow.
lot.
That is a lot.
And if you're Carolina, that's how you rebuild.
Well, they traded Robbie Anderson. They picked up 3 picks for him. They got
Which
3 picks for CMC. So this is definitely a rebuild now.
If there was a draft class to be accumulating picks for in the NFL, though, it's the 2023 class, it seems. So,
Yeah.
If I'm a team looking obviously everyone's on the trading block. You got to think somebody is trying to pick up DJ Moore.
Yeah. You would think so.
That's very true.
Yeah, that's why I actually haven't dropped DJ Moore in any leagues in the hopes that he gets traded somewhere. Because what if he goes to a Green Bay or something? It could be interesting if he goes somewhere where he's utilized. That could be really interesting.
The only bad thing for the 49ers is that after they made that deal to get Trey Lance, now CMC, they're not again on the clock until 2028.
Yeah, that's so true. They have a different coach, different GM, different owners by then.
No joke. Lincoln says, I don't see how CMC's value goes up if he doesn't get as many targets.
He will.
Shanahan is the man. He'll make it happen.
Shanahan is going to option the hell out of CMC.
He'll get his targets. He might get even more actual carries, though.
Yeah, you don't spend that kind of capital on someone you're not on a receiving back if you're not going to throw him the ball. I think that's what they want.
I think he'll be more efficient with his carries as well.
Oh yeah, it's a much better line.
Yeah.
So. You think he'll play this week though? Because that's my question too. Does he play this week?
I don't know if he plays this week because it's pretty late in the week.
It's really late in the week.
If he got traded Monday or Tuesday, I could see it, but I don't know.
I guarantee you they have a couple of nice little packages that they're already planning on utilizing for CMC. He probably won't get a full complement of snaps, but I can't imagine he doesn't see the field at all.
Now, if there is a position where you could get traded on a Thursday and play on Sunday, it's running back. So
yes,
it is highly possible.
That is the one. So I would keep an eye out on that. But do we trust it? Depends on what your other options are. I don't know, man.
It's hard to say. Just watch the news the next couple of days and see what they're saying about it.
And the 49ers are getting
talk about it at some point and stuff. Just see what they say.
Yeah.
They're getting Trent Williams back this week. That offense is going to be scary.
Yeah. I wish I had CMC in more leagues, honestly, because now I'm just excited for it. Let's see, Mr. Crusher. Yeah, started James Robinson over Eno, but we don't know that James Robinson is going to have a bad week, so let's not cry it yet. We'll cry. You can cry on Safe Space Monday night with 7 in the fellas there, if that ends up being the case. Sushi's friend is tempting him with CMC and Debo for Chase, Diggs, and Brees. That's not a nice friend.
No, I wouldn't do that though.
I wouldn't do it.
Chase, Diggs, and Brees. No, I like the move, but I still wouldn't do that. I know.
Yeah. Part of the reason why I wouldn't do it is I don't know that I want to have running back and receiver from the same team. That the likelihood that they both are going to have monster weeks every week is not very high. One of them could have a big week. It's unlikely both of them will. So I don't know that I want to double down on CMC and Debo.
Well, and your big problem is also not that they necessarily don't both blow up, but if they have a bad week, like the 49ers did last week, where their offense just isn't firing and stuff, then you suffer in 2 positions. Like you up the probability of that, and that's tough. That is really tough. Lincoln says, I own CMC and I feel I should sell, but I think my teammates won't give me much in Dynasty. I think especially right now, if you are wanting to sell, if you don't trust it, I think right now is the time to do it because there is so much hype. We don't know exactly what that's going to look like, but someone's going to be thinking like us and go, holy crap, he's about to go tear it up in that Shanahan offense. So someone will pay.
Go for and if they don't want to pay, don't be afraid to write it out. I'm telling you, it's not going to be a bad thing.
His value will not go down.
No.
Unless he gets hurt. But
oh, Corey froze. I thought I froze until I saw Tony moving. Now I know it's him. Let's see. I can't put the questions.
Well, we got Hubbard or Foreman. You guys like Hubbard? Hubbard. I'm sorry. You like Foreman. Foreman is listed on the depth chart as the immediate backup to CMC.
Yeah, I like Foreman.
So-
I think, like you said, I think there'll be a committee, but I prefer Foreman. I think he'll lead the committee.
Yeah.
I could see Hubbard getting more of the receiving work, maybe. Let's see. I can't put the questions on
Pick
the.
on Latavius Murray, JK. I'm saying JK Dobbins, one of the Panthers RBs. I would say Latavius Murray because JK Dobbins is going to be out.
What are you answering? I'm trying to find where he was in the chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm too far down. I'm jumping, guys. My thing auto scrolls. Sorry.
I can't put him on the screen, but he says he responding to that Lincoln one that Corey left on the screen there when he got kicked. He was thinking the same thing with Kittle and Debo, even Wilson Mitchell needing the ball as compared to a bust DJ Moore. We'll see. Mr. Sarcastic like D-Hop tonight.
Debo is not dead.
Sushi. Thoughts on CMC, Debo, and Amon-Ra for Diggs, Brees, and Chase. So we added Amon-Ra St. Brown to that one we were talking about a minute ago. The CMC and Debo. But again, like we were talking about, you probably don't want running back and team. Oh. You just couldn't let me finish my sentence before you refreshed.
I had no idea you were talking, so. Gosh, man. Cool internet. Go for it, Kyle. Sorry.
I was just saying to Sushi Lover's question up here, they added him on Raw, but honestly, like, you still don't want that CMC and Debo on the same team, probably. He's definitely playing to your Niner homerism.
Absolutely.
Tell him to add Lockett, and it's a deal.
Nah, Debo is dead. Jimmy gonna feed CMC about 15% target share. Think kills Kittle. Oh yeah, there's all the. Woo.
That's a lot.
Goodness gracious.
That's a lot. Here's my whole draft for one running back. Here you go.
Trading with Tony again here.
Here's my whole draft that's left after the Trey Lance trade.
For those of us who have Elijah Mitchell on IR, do we continue to hold him?
I'm not. I have him in a league. I'm not gonna bother.
What do you think, Tony?
I don't see why you would.
Maybe in a dynasty, but otherwise, I'd get rid of him.
That was going to be my answer. I mean, otherwise you have to count on CMC getting hurt.
I mean, he's on IR, so there's no reason to clear him off IR, Vincent. Just leave him sit there, and maybe CMC gets hurt in 2 weeks, and then you're glad you kept Elijah Mitchell on IR. So just hold him there. He's not occupying any bench space. It doesn't hurt. You don't have to decide that until he's off IR.
Yep.
And you'll know a lot more by then as far as what you should do with him.
Totally. Good trade or not for the Niners? That is to be determined. That's a lot of trade cap.
I like getting CMC. I don't like giving that many, so it's tough. Yeah,
it's a lot. A lot of this, guys. We'll get to our show eventually. This is just big news, so I know it's covering this is interesting for people. Do I trade Debo now? Means they're going to run the ball a lot. No, I think Tony's already established he's not worried about Debo.
I think he won't get as many carries, but I think it'll open him up for probably more receptions. So, it's probably a wash in his value. Tony thinks it'll increase a little bit, right? Isn't that what you said?
I think it helps Debo. I think it helps Debo in a number of ways. I think it kind of preserves him physically, where his body is not going to get beaten up carrying the football like he did. And, with CMC in the backfield, teams are going to have to really respect the run even more than they did with Mitchell and Jeff Wilson. So this only helps Debo Samuel. They gave Debo Samuel $75 million. I just can't imagine that they're going to phase him down in this offense.
Right.
Yeah. DJ Moore is that gif of Will Smith looking around at an empty house. Like, where did everyone go? It's so
I
true.
always think of John Travolta. You know, we got that jacket.
Yeah, just looking around. Do I start him or Elliott?
You got to go Elliott against Detroit
Elliott.
this week.
Yeah.
Because even if they have some packages and CMC plays, I don't think it'll be full complement of snaps. Zeke against Detroit is that's the best matchup in football right now. Detroit.
Agreed. I'm not trusting that. I traded CMC when Josh Jacobs and James Robinson was a high price. Ouch! Trade CMC for Jacobs and Robinson.
Well, guess you didn't ask us about that one.
Though Jacobs has been doing really well, so don't know if he can keep up that kind of production. But
I don't think he will. But
yeah, I'm not so sure he will either.
In fact, I'm pretty sure he was on the sell list for Tony last week, right? A little sell high. I couldn't remember if it was last week or the week before now, but yeah.
This question again of Hubbard or Foreman. I think Foreman's the guy, but it's probably going to be committee. Okay. So let's go ahead and do some of our.
I feel like the news desk on election night right now. We got this breaking news, and we're just sitting here answering questions and going through it like chickens with our heads cut off. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Right? Yeah. Let's get into some boomer bust, and then we get halfway through here. We'll go back over to the chat again, and
we can try to get through these as quick as possible. So
let's try to rock through these for some people though. Kyle, we'll let you start off at quarterbacks. Let's talk some booms or busts. Which one you want to give me?
You know me, I got to start with my boom first. Justin Herbert versus Seattle. It's a great matchup. Herbert had a bad week last week. I think he comes out ready to rock this week against one of the worst defenses in the league. So let's get it. Let's get us some Justin Herbert.
Yes, sir. Still without Keenan Allen. That sucks. I don't know if we'll ever get him back, but he has plenty of weapons to still do everything he needs to do. All righty, Tony, which one are you starting with?
Well, I'll follow Kyle's lead. I'll go also with my quarterback boom, and that's Mr. Dak Prescott, who looks like he is coming back, and he's got a very nice matchup against this Detroit Lions defense. The top 5 matchup for opposing quarterbacks, and this guy's healthy, ready to roll. I think he comes back and puts up a monster game this week.
I am so excited to have him back.
How can you not be?
Dak is back, baby.
No doubt.
And we only lost 1 game while he was out. Well,
that's crazy.
Unless you count the game he went out in, I guess it's 2. But
nah, I'm not counting that one.
Yeah,
they weren't going to win it anyways.
The game we lost that Cooper Rush started was against the best team in football this year. So I'm excited to have Dak back.
Yeah, I'm excited to have Dak back too, but I'm also excited to know that Cooper Rush can fill in when we need him. So, all right, Kyle, give me your bust.
Russell Wilson.
Really going to go out on a limb with Russell Wilson?
I was thinking the same thing. Okay, listen, Captain Obvious.
This was a tough week I was going through.
Obvious. He might not even play this week.
I was looking at like the quarterback ranks this week, trying to pick a downer, and I was just like, okay, there's like 5 guys that are going to do good, and then everybody else is going to suck. So I had to pick somebody. And yeah, I went with Russell Wilson. Don't start him anywhere against anybody for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
That's it. That's all I got.
That's all you got. Cool. Tony, Jared Goff then.
Yeah, I'm going to go Jared Goff. Kind of the comeback player here in this Dallas-Detroit game, and it's just a tough spot for him. Dallas's defense has been very, very strong. It's a bottom 10 matchup, or one of the worst matchups in fantasy right now for opposing quarterbacks. They're playing at Dallas. I'm looking for this to be an all Dallas week.
Okay, then continue that into your running back picks then.
My running back is somebody who hopefully you were fortunate enough to get up off of free agency when he became available when Rashad Penny went down, and that's Mr. Kenneth Walker III.
Now who's going out on a limb?
He's a boom player. Looked great. Has a great matchup. And I mean, he had 21 carries, 2 catches, scored in 2 straight games. Great matchup against the Chargers. They've been very, very weak against opposing running backs. So, I love him this week.
Perfect.
Kyle's boom of the week is going to be Saquon Barkley? Is that who you're going with, Kyle?
My bust, because I want the Lions next to each other for aesthetic reasons, DeAndre Swift. For all the reasons you said earlier, Dallas defense. Plus, he's coming back off an injury. Jamal Williams, all the reasons. Don't like DeAndre Swift this week.
All the reasons. I like
all the reasons.
All right, Tony. So Tony Pollard, Zeke, that's kind of your thing. So should I just select him or?
No, I pulled a Tony this week.
I know. I assumed that because I was like, no way.
He's doing the Dallas running backs. Is that his plan?
I pulled a full Tony, but yeah, go ahead and talk about Montgomery first.
I got my bust as David Montgomery. This Chicago offense doesn't have a whole lot going on outside of David Montgomery, and as we've talked about before on our Boom Bust show, Bill Belichick is notorious for picking one part of that offense and just totally shutting it down, and that will be David Montgomery this week. In that aside, New England has been one of the worst matchups for opposing running backs. So if you've got David Montgomery, you got to really lower your expectations for him this week against New England. And this game happens to be at New England, which is even kind of more difficult for Montgomery. I hate this matchup for him.
Big sad.
It's terrible matchup.
All right,
give me them Dallas running backs, baby. I went full Tony here. I already mentioned it earlier. Somebody asked about Zeke in the chat. Best matchup in the league for running backs. The exact opposite of what Montgomery has. Start either one of them with confidence. I think they'll run quite a bit to maybe take some of the load off of Dak in his first game back. But that doesn't mean Dak will have a bad game either. I'm just saying. I think they run a lot, and I think they run well.
Question. Have both of them on your team. Which one you starting?
If you got both,
Yep.
Give me Zeke because he'll still get the goal line work.
Okay. And if you're starting Zeke, you putting Pollard also in your flex?
Sure. In bye weeks, I mean, unless you have a better option, this is a week I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
If you went full homer, start Dak, CD, Pollard, Zeke, start them all.
Literally get all your fucking Cowboys in your lineup this week. Start the whole offense. Dak, Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, Schultz, Pollard, Zeke, get them all in there. Do it. Noah Brown even. Do it. No, not Noah Brown. Don't do Noah Brown.
All right. That got us.
I got carried away. Don't do Noah Brown.
You did. That got us through our quarterbacks and running backs really fast until Kyle slowed us down right there. Anyways, I'm kidding. Let's go back to some Q&A really quick. And let's see what we got. Pick on Latavius Murray, JK. There's running back. So pick one. Murray, JK.
Latavius Murray.
Yeah, give me Murray.
JK's going to miss this week. Gus Edwards is not back. It's going to be Murray and Justice Hill.
Is this a W trade? I gave Cooper Kupp. I got Allen Lazard, Michael Pittman, and Najee.
L.
I would not do that. I would prefer to keep Kupp.
Yep.
Yeah. And I want to wait on Green Bay until after this trade deadline's up because there's a lot of smoke about them getting Chase Claypool.
That'd be interesting.
I don't want to touch anybody on that Green Bay offense right now.
Oh, that's no joke.
Especially if you're trading away Kupp. You got to get some elite guys back.
I love Pittman, but he's not.
He's selling high on Pittman.
He's not what you want back for Kupp because Najee is worthless, and Tony already explained Green Bay. So yeah, that was a big L on that one. Sorry, bud.
Yeah. I'm in full on win now mode. Maybe just keep him, or what should I expect to get think we're talking about CMC.
Yeah, CMC in that dynasty. I would keep him. If you decide to sell him, get elite value. I mean, he's still an elite running back. So,
Yep.
I got to see.
Go for it.
I just want to see what you're going to get for CMC. Now, I think his value is still very high in Dynasty, so
Yeah.
I would disagree. I don't think he's outside the top 5-10 running backs in Dynasty.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You have to get elite value still. It's not a fire sale situation.
Let's see. Why do the Cowboys never sign anyone?
Because
wanna
we're always
Pollard
up against the cap because Jerry Jones is paying running backs $15 million a year that aren't getting the job done. That's why. We literally never have any cap space. Ever since I've been a fan, we've had no cap space to sign anybody off free
He
agent
signed Washington. You're not happy with that?
because we overpay our originals. So
Yeah. Because it
that's
gets
why.
personal instead of business. Man, every time.
Yep.
Jerry. How about Kelsey, CMC, and Amon Ra for Diggs, Jamar, Brees?
All right, what side is Sushi on? He's on this. He's on the CMC. He's giving
Sushi is giving Diggs, Jamar, and Brees.
Diggs, Jamar, and Brees for that I would do.
That
Now
one I would
that's
do.
there.
Yeah. That one I would do.
Yeah, I would too.
Kelsey's the winning piece there for me.
Let's see. Do I try and get Devontae Adams or Tyreek Hill for Debo? Adams.
I'm fine with either one. If you can
But
get either of them,
Adams number one.
Adams number one, but I'm fine with either one.
Yep. Kittle or Njoku this week?
Njoku. Kittle just hadn't been getting it done, guys.
I know that could be a high scoring game.
They are playing Kansas City, but
That's a good dilemma to have.
Cleveland's playing Baltimore though. They could be throwing a lot. I don't know. I trust Njoku more at this point in the season though.
Well, especially with the acquisition of CMC. If they do get him on the field on Sunday, that could ding Kittle. I think those are the guys that are going to get dinged most. It's going to be Ayuk and Kittle. I don't think Debo's going to get dinged.
Yeah. So yeah, I'd roll in Njoku there.
Alrighty. Let's go looking to see who's not talking to each other. Sorry. What two running backs do I start this week? Joe Mixon, CMC, or Elliott? Probably Elliott and Mixon.
Yeah. Elliott and Mixon for me.
Definitely Mixon. And then I'd like to see exactly what CMC's role is going to be. It's going to be difficult to start him this week with the trade just going down tonight. I don't know how quickly he can kind of transition into this San Francisco offense, but
yeah,
don't think San Francisco's not going to want to showcase him and show off their new acquisition.
No doubt.
I'd just be kind of keeping a close eye on what their plans are for him this Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. The coaches and stuff will speak about it in the next day or two, and you'll have a better idea. Come ask us on Sunday morning on the pregame show. We'll give you a better answer. But for now, it's Elliott and Mixon.
Week 9 bye week, almost like back-to-back zeros. Ouch. That is true, though. Because they'll have zeros this week, and then I guess the Niners are on bye week 9.
But then to the moon.
Yep. You'll have him time for a playoff run and the playoffs then.
Wait, next week's week 8, so...
Well, he said almost like.
Oh, almost. I was like, if their bye week is week 8, then they might go out just to getting fully installed. But if they've got a week between, then yeah, they'll.
You know what I like? Week 15, 16, and 17 being Seattle, Washington, and Las Vegas. That's what I like seeing on CMC's new schedule.
That's yummy.
Yeah, I
I
don't
love
hate
that
that
playoff
at
score, bro.
all.
That was wild. Let's see. Do you keep my team or make a move for Josh Allen?
No,
Or make a move.
Make a
and
move.
then you
Sorry,
start
not make a
clicking,
move for
yeah.
Josh Allen. Do I make a move?
Kyle, maybe you should read the questions.
Reading is hard.
I will say punctuation
is
helps.
fundamental.
Punctuation does help. I'm just gonna throw that out there. What happened to all them 20 trades you were working on earlier this week? Honestly, I would work on that tight end spot, but otherwise looks fine.
I don't dislike the tight end spot.
No, but it can still improve. That's
always
about the only spot I'd be maybe even a little bit worried about.
I mean, you can maybe upgrade your third.
Or
wide
your team's
receiver.
jacked.
It's because of all the trades we told him to take.
No, I don't think he ever commits to any of those trades.
We
So I don't
built
think so.
a team for him. No, I'm just kidding. Although if you win, I do want my cut.
That's true. My Venmo is at. No, I'm kidding. Let's see.
I would sit tight, bro. You're fine.
What is maybe Andrews or Kelsey guy?
If you ever have a chance at Andrew or Kelsey, you got to go for it.
Absolutely, every dang time. I can't believe they traded Amari Cooper away. Him and CD were nice together. Yeah, they were good together. They
weren't as good as they should have been together. But
It's just a money issue, dude. Like
yep, had to
they
duck
run into
that.
those money issues. You see that happen all the time with teams. They just run into money issues and have to let people get them away. Not
We had-
necessarily
we
because
had
they
to-
want to.
We had to trade away Cooper because of his contract, yet we continue to pay running in mud Zeke his full contract. Figure it out, guys. I can't.
Yeah. Wow. Chase Edmonds, worth picking up, guys.
Depends who you drop.
Yeah, if you got a spot to stash, I think it's fine.
Just a stash. Oh, that's that same one again. Oh man, everything doubled again. Jeez, oh Pete, I hate that. Let me work my way down here.
Why is it doing that, Corey? What's up with the system?
Bro,
Yeah.
no, I can't even read, and you expect me to know how to work this?
And why are you both named Kyle?
Oh,
I
because
tried to
Kyle
tell him in
changed
the
that
private
earlier on
chat
me.
earlier.
The system's all screwed up.
No, Kyle
I
changed
tried
that
to
on
tell
me.
him I tried to tell you in the private chat.
I got a recommendation. This is not fantasy related, but I come from a very big Italian family, and when anytime something in the house didn't work, my dad would kick it, and that typically would get things working again. I think you should get up, give your
Corey
computer a
and then-
swift kick, and I think that straightens everything out.
Oh, I thought we were going to kick Corey. That's my bad.
No,
All right,
I
I'll
like
be
the
right
Corey. I
back,
thought about
guys.
kicking the computer.
Just hit it with a
The
hammer.
professor is Italian. Italiano.
Let's see. Should I start Danny Dimes, Jimmy G, or Geno Smith this week?
Ooh.
Geno, right?
Gino.
Yeah, I'm going with Geno.
I don't really think it's close.
No, it's Gino by a lot. Against the Chargers? Yeah, bro. Give me that.
Who do I offer for D. Adams or Kelsey? What?
Who do you offer for Devontae Adams or Kelsey?
A lot. I'm gonna have to. Now I'd have to go back up to your roster again. Hold on, we'll think about that later. Dude, I was about to accept the Kelsey one, and then he withdrew. So I'll offer CMC, Ramon Ra, and T for Diggs, Brees, and Chase.
Nope.
Nope.
I have Kelsey.
Want that Diggs, Brees, and
I
Chase?
wouldn't do that.
It's not worth it. Not
That's
that
a lot of
not worth
value.
it.
Yep. Not doing that. Best flex for this week: Jamal Williams, Duvernay, or Dobbins if he plays.
Dobbins is not on track to play.
Dobbins not on track to play. Duvernay. I'm not big on Duvernay. Williams might get lucky and fall in the end zone against the Cowboys. Maybe.
Keep an eye on the Swift thing because he's Kyle put him as his bust list. Again, he likes putting players who don't even play on his bust list. This way he's guaranteed to get it right. And Swift is trending in that direction. What's up with this guy? He can't get healthy, even with the bye week.
Right.
As far as I know, he's going to play. It is what it is.
I'm gonna
You got
amend
Tony
my
over here
I'm gonna
picking
amend
all
my
the
list.
tight
My
ends.
QB bust for the week is going to be Teddy Bridgewater. Can I make him my bust?
You pick Kenneth Walker as your boom. Like, that's easy. Come on. People in glass houses.
I'm gonna pick Cooper Cup as my boom of the week, and
Of course, we don't all get up at 3 o'clock in the morning to make our picks and send them so that I
Thank
can
you.
beat the other guy to make
you,
all.
look, I mean,
Take all the
I
easy
spent the
picks.
day in Tampa today. It's like I had no
Listen, we got-
choice.
Listen, we got 4 teams on a bye, and there's like 5 tight ends that are even worth rostering in the league right now. You took 4 of them with all of your picks. So I don't want to hear any of your shit. You did the same thing to me last week with the quarterbacks. You got 4 of them. I'm sitting here going, what? And then when I pick Russell Wilson, you're like, oh, well,
Early
that's
bird
easy.
gets the worm.
Well, who the hell else am I supposed to pick? You used all the rest of them already.
I feel like
You know,
I'm going
so-
to use this shirt and just call it unsportsmanlike conduct.
On
You know,
Tony.
it's- You know what's funny, Kyle, is that I think Corey's frozen. I was gonna step it up this week, and rather than going with like the team's receivers, I was gonna go with a division of tight ends. Like I'm gonna take the AFC East as my boom tight ends for the week, and I'm gonna take my bust the NFC South. This way, I kind of lock up everybody.
Sounds like something you would do. Am I unfrozen now?
and then make fun of me for
Yeah.
picking something else.
With
that-
tight end boom,
there's always
AFC.
nothing else available.
Tight end bust NFC.
Did we answer this one for him?
Yeah.
Yeah, keep an eye on Swift. If Swift is out, you got to go Jamal.
But if
And I don't think Dobbins is going to play. Dobbins is trending towards missing this week.
I think it's got to be Jamal regardless. Even if Swift plays, I think Jamal might
He
get
almost
lucky
has to
and-
go Duvernay, but Bateman is back too. Looks like he's back to full practice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even if
Yeah.
Swift is back, Jamal might get lucky and get a touchdown. So
Yeah,
it's worth the gamble.
he gets the goal line touches, so you kind of like his opportunity to score.
Yep. He's made 5 trades this year. Good job. Good job.
Nice. That's almost one a week.
Yeah. Jorge, send us your roster again or something. I don't have to scroll back up. We had that glitch and it's just a lot. What do y'all think about AJ Brown for CD? They're fairly even.
You think so?
I mean,
Yeah, I think it's pretty even.
CD.
With
With
Dak coming
Dak.
back, honestly, I don't really have a preference there personally.
Oh,
maybe
Gallup back. Schultz getting healthy.
maybe look at their schedules and see which is better. I don't have their schedules pulled up in front of me, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
they're
I
in
have
the
a problem
same
with it.
division though. So
I was
it's
gonna say
not
they
gonna
have a
be
lot of
very-
the same schedule,
Their
honestly.
schedule's not going to be real different either. So
Yeah.
I love me some AJ Brown, so I'm probably not a good guy to ask that question.
Yep. Yeah.
well,
we know.
same. I love me some CeeDee Lamb, but I try to be unbiased when making picks for other people. And I really don't see a big difference here between the two, honestly.
They're one and the same player. Is that what you're saying? Basically, it's like an even swap.
Fantasy wise.
It feels like an
Almost
even
like-
swap to me, yeah.
Almost like a Baker Mayfield and Johnny Manziel would be kind of like a
All right, Tony's
almost
fired.
identical players.
All right. Well, that was fun while it lasted. And
All right, just kidding. Let's go. What's next?
Somebody put itching powder in Tony's diaper today, and he's feeling a little,
That's what happens when I've been up for 24 hours.
feeling a little crazy. So
He's,
Yeah.
yeah, he's been up 24 hours making all his pickups on waivers and whatnot. So
making all of his picks on out of the players, so I didn't have any left, and they make fun of me for it.
right. Did CMC just go a great RB1 to RB3? No,
No,
not at all.
no.
So
Do you even football, bro?
yeah, I think we're good there. Thoughts on Giants tight end Bellinger? That's what
I mean,
he's been performing okay. They don't have that many wide receivers to throw to, so
I've had to plug him in, line up. You know, the week he happened to score the touchdown, luckily. But you know, if you got bye weeks and injuries and need a tight end, I don't hate him. I think he has more long-term upside than necessarily rostering this year, but I don't know. He looks pretty good playing, so seems to be building some rapport with Danny Dimes.
I'm going to answer Jorge's question real quick before you go to the next one.
This one? Is this one you're wanting to see?
No, I thought he asked about Jorge. You got a lot of trade questions. Didn't he ask something about Kelsey or
Always.
Andrews?
Yes. Who should I offer for Kelsey or Andrews? Just that open-ended.
Right. So that's what I was going to. I was going to suggest. I looking at his roster. I was going to say like a Dalvin Cook Higbee for Kelsey or Andrews. I would do.
Yeah.
Oh, I would
you've already
that,
got JT, who looks like he's coming back this week, and Fournette, so you can afford to dump a running back.
And he had Singletary on his bench. I do remember that.
Singletary's on your bench, so I would do something like that.
Let's see. Do I offer D Cook, Fournette, or JT straight up for CMC?
He's not going to take Fournette for CMC. You can offer it. Oh, he's offering Dalvin Cook and Fournette for CMC, or JT straight up for CMC.
I mean, you can try Fournette straight up for him because someone's gonna.
No, I think what he's asking is Dalvin Cook and Fournette together.
I get that, but if someone's thinking like Val's here, where he just went from RB1 to an RB3, you might be able to get him cheap. If someone else is thinking that way too,
it's worth a shot.
David over on Instagram says, "I just got screwed with Jeff Wilson and Elijah Mitchell. We had both of them.
A lot of people did.
Man, we were trying to sell Jeff Wilson for the past couple weeks.
A lot of
people had their big investment. A lot of people had a big investment in Elijah Mitchell being the man there.
But do you think? Let me ask you this question, because remember the trade deadline is November 1st, and so this is kind of going back to somebody asked a question about whether or not
Elijah Mitchell to the Rams, maybe.
Yeah, watch Elijah Mitchell. Maybe Vincent was asking about Elijah Mitchell. Vincent, that's the type of thing that could happen. Elijah Mitchell could get traded,
or maybe even Jeff Wilson,
maybe even Jeff Wilson. So I wouldn't necessarily just run out and drop those guys yet. Let's wait until we get that. They're not going to be needing both of those running backs with CMC.
I have a feeling Jeff Wilson's probably the one that's gone.
Probably,
but they might be able to get the most value for Elijah Mitchell.
Possible. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'll be keeping my eye on it for sure.
Yeah. Is Jeff Wilson fully cooked?
For San Francisco, yes.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Also, is Mike Williams from Montgomery fair in the long run if I have Khalil Herbert?
You mean value-wise? Is that the question? It sounds like that's what the question is.
I would assume so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think that's fine. You just have to make sure you have the wide receivers be able to cover your wide receiver. If you have that wide receiver depth, then problems.
I think you probably come out ahead on that a little bit in terms of value.
Yeah, I'm not as big on Mike Williams as some.
No, but
a lot of people are super high
agree.
on him coming into the season this year, and I'm just like,
He hasn't been able to produce with Keenan Allen out, so
the fact that you have Herbert makes Montgomery even more valuable.
I agree.
Now we got Austin Eckler in the top left. Tony, you look like Austin Eckler, apparently.
A very old version of Austin Eckler.
I'll tell you, in my maybe not so much now because I'm a little bit older.
A little bit?
But I used to get stopped frequently. People would think I was Vin Diesel. I was at Cracker Barrel.
Were you talking about family all the time?
No, I get my sunglasses. With my sunglasses, I went to go to the bathroom, and the manager stopped me and said, "Excuse me, 1 second, Mr. Diesel. We want to comp your breakfast for you. We appreciate you coming in and joining us here at Cracker Barrel." Like, man, I'm not Vin Diesel.
You're like family.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I love that, though.
It's hard to tell maybe in the camera, but I mean, on the stream camera. Where are my sunglasses?
That's hilarious.
I'll come in for Halloween as Vin Diesel.
I love it.
There you go.
I love it. That's so funny. Is DJ Moore a flex play now? Got Dylan in that slot at the moment.
Carolina's offense is toast.
Yeah, it's done. I think
Losing
DJ Moore-
CMC does not help DJ Moore. It hurts DJ Moore.
Exactly. That hurts DJ Moore.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see if they try to trade DJ Moore.
Yeah, I would be surprised if they don't.
Also, I just want to say, Tony, you're coming as Vin Diesel. I'll come as Chris Farley, and we'll just do this.
By van down by the river.
Exactly.
I just want to see, and I'm proud to be here right now.
Fat guy in a little coat.
There you go.
I just think that trade tonight was just really awesome. All right, that's
What'd you do?
Just drop Duvernay for Hubbard. I don't know that.
I'm fine with
I
that.
mean, I don't think
Duvernay.
it's worth a dart throw.
Yeah.
I'm not big on Duvernay, so yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. We feeling Ayuk versus Kansas City or Sutton versus the Jets this week?
No.
Probably
Ayuk.
Ayuk.
Yeah.
You have to put up points.
That's gonna be a
and
shootout, bro. Like it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'd
Russell
go
Wilson's hurt. The guy's got a dinged up hammy. He might not even come out this week.
Yeah, gotta go Ayuk.
Rippin's been taking the snaps with the starters. So I don't trust Sutton this week.
No. Jamal Williams or Bateman?
No, I like Bateman.
If Bateman plays, you gotta go Bateman.
He's trending
Bateman.
towards playing.
Yeah,
I
I
love
saw you
Bateman.
practice today. So
All right. Same. What up, Dynasty Life? We miss you too, buddy.
what's up, man? That's my girl right there.
Your girl? Is that what you said? That's my girl right there.
Steve's my girl.
Oh my god.
No.
Okay, babe. Let's see. I asked about Elijah Mitchell because I also have Cordero Patterson. So,
I'd rather keep
Yeah.
Patterson and Mitchell in my IR if I've only got one spot.
How many IR spots you have?
it sounds like probably one.
Sounds like one. Yeah.
So, I do probably like Patterson over Elijah Mitchell now.
Yeah. If I had to pick one for my IR, I'd stick with Patterson there.
But I would hate to just drop Elijah Mitchell before knowing that trade deadline and whatnot. That's tough. Let's see. My team is really turning out good here. I'm trying to get JT though. It's Brady, CMC, Swift, D-Hop, Amon-Ra. Jesus.
Kelsey, Pierce, Montgomery. Yeah, it's nice.
That is nice. Trying to get
Offer for JT.
Sending Swift and ETN for JT.
He's never going to take that, but you can send
He
it.
won't, but that's what I would try.
You could do Swift and Montgomery.
Still high on ETN. And Swift's got that name power, even if he doesn't have the value necessarily in our hearts.
Well, he's got that little bit of hype coming back from an injury
Yeah.
now.
Before he gets hurt again, put Swift and ETN together and
I'm
see.
in works with a deal with Swift going for JT. I'm also trying for that. So
You can also throw Thielen or Lazard in there with it just for a sweetener if you want to.
Oh, Vincent has he has James Conner too with Mitchell and Cordero.
Yeah. Gotta keep
12-man league.
Patterson and Connor, man.
Yep, absolutely.
Or try to trade any of them if you can.
No doubt. Pick up Drake since JK. Reading is hard. JK not gonna play.
It's funny because earlier I gave Jorge a hard time about needing punctuation. This ain't even that. That was all you.
That's it. Yep. I'm doing too many things at once.
Is Justice Hill going to play this week, or is he still out?
I think he's still.
No, I think he'll plays.
Oh, will he? Okay.
Yeah, go Justice Hill then, I guess, if you absolutely want a Baltimore running back.
You think over Drake?
Over Drake? Sure.
Can we
He's
just
getting
get
all the
Gus
backup
Bus-
touches.
Maybe we can just get Gus Bus back eventually and get rid of all this. Because Gus Bus will be the.
I'd probably try to find a running back on a different team, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. Oh, he said I could play him over Latavius Murray.
Play Murray.
Yeah, I'd play Latavius Murray there. That's probably your better bet.
Yeah.
Chris, what's up, man? I just sent this guy this trade. I'm giving Jalen Hurts, AJ Brown, and Pitts for Lamar and Kelsey.
Ooh.
That's a big trade.
That is a
Well, it's
big-
basically Hurts and Brown. Pitts has been kind of
I
almost.
like it though. I'm not gonna lie.
I like it if you can afford the wide receiver.
If there's a position most people can afford, it's wide receiver.
That's true.
Lamar and Kelt, yeah, I like it.
That's a big trade.
About the only thing I'm trading Hurts and AJ Brown stack for is a Lamar and Kelsey.
I agree.
The only thing I like better than that is Lamar and Andrews.
I'm just a big believer in having that huge advantage at tight end. And Kelsey is a huge advantage week in and week out. It's just absolutely ridiculous. So I think I like it.
I know I like it.
Lamar and Kelsey. That's tough but I think I would have liked the Lamar and Kelsey side too. So
Let's probably need to get through the rest of these booms and busts. Me and Corey, we can stick around and finish Q&A here.
man, time is flying. Yeah, let's get back over here really quick and do this. Tony, let's start with your wide receiver, whichever side you want to do.
I think this is where I'm going with the NFC East. Start right. We're at receivers, right?
Sure. Yep.
Yeah. No, I'm doing T. Higgins. T. Higgins is my boom receiver. Is that okay? Can I take T. Higgins, Kyle, or is that too easy a pick?
It's fine.
I love T. Higgins.
Tony does whatever he wants. The rest of us are just here for the ride.
That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be.
Just because you're family.
Let's go, Mr. Diesel.
You can't refuse.
I'm going to give you the pink slips, my picks over here.
There we go. It's just a great matchup. Atlanta is the second best matchup for opposing receivers so far on the season. He even with the injury last week, Burrow really kind of locked in on him. We saw him get 10 targets, and I even like Boyd this week. I didn't want to take the Bengals receivers, so I specifically singled out T. Higgins. He is my boom receiver for the week against this very, very soft Atlanta pass defense.
I'm so proud of you for just picking one, Tony.
I'm trying.
Kyle, what you got, man?
I'll hit you with my boom too. DK Metcalf. I guess the Chargers. We already said earlier with the question in the chat, Geno's going to have a great game. Well, Lockett's having issues in practice again, so sticking with my guy DK.
You're going to lock it in?
Been having a pretty good year. And, Lockett may still play. He did last week after DNPs, but regardless, I think DK is going to have a really good game against the Chargers. Again, could be a very high-scoring game.
If I'm not mistaken, though, Lockett only had 2 catches for 17 yards last week, so it wasn't like a great showing. Sushi, how good did Lockett do last week? I'm sure he was amazing, right? 2 TDs or something. All right, Tony, give me your bust there.
Yeah, my bust for the week is going to be Mr. Byron Pringle. I don't see him doing a whole lot for the Bears.
Tony's so funny. You're so funny. Stick to action movies, bro.
I'm going to go with Drake London.
Stick to your stick shifts, bro.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Drake London as my bust for the week. A lot of this has to do not with Drake London, but with the passing offense for the Falcons, which just seems to be very, very low volume. Marcus Mariota only threw 14 passes last week, which is just brutal for receivers. And the Cincinnati defense are playing at Cincinnati. Been very tough against opposing receivers. They've only given up 2 touchdowns all season to the receiver position. So I'm kind of down on Drake London this week.
Yeah, I don't blame you there. 14 passes. Jeez, Pete.
I think he had almost the same amount of runs, didn't he? So it's like,
Yeah, right.
Probably.
Probably. Kyle, that leaves you with Terry McLaurin.
Terry McLaurin, yep. Carson Wentz is out. Not a great matchup against Green Bay. He was not playing that great with Wentz. I don't think he gets better, and especially not in this matchup. So, not liking McLaurin, or I mean, I guess by extension, Curtis Samuel. Give me the Washington receivers.
No.
You will not.
Kyle,
already
give me your
said
tight
it.
end. Then.
I already said it. You don't have to actually put it up there.
Don't make me do it.
Well, give me Gerald Everett as my boom.
Ooh, big boom, big boom.
Again, another great matchup. Kind of go along with Justin Herbert there. I think he has a good week.
He's been slow lately, so I hope that he comes back alive for us there.
I think he will. I think Corey froze again. I'll sit here.
Yeah, Corey, my boom tight end for the week is going to be Mr. David Njoku. The Cleveland offense has been getting him consistently involved. He's gotten at least 6 targets in the past 4 games, going up against a very porous pass defense for that Raven defense. They week to
Oh, you didn't even stop talking when he refreshed. He just kept right on going.
the David Njoku.
Yeah, we missed about the last 10 seconds or so there.
You don't need here. I got nothing else really more important to say. I was just saying that they gave up touchdowns. The last 2 weeks we've had scores to both Mr. Hayden Hurst and Bellinger. If those guys can score on this defense, so can David Njoku.
There we go.
Alrighty. Kyle, give me your bust here.
Yeah, Tyler Conklin. And this is mostly a result of Tony using up all of the tight ends this week. But honestly, his targets have just tanked.
Plummeted.
Zach Wilson came back. And plus, it's a terrible matchup on top of that. So, yeah, if you still have – I'd be shocked if any – please do not even keep him on your roster anymore, much less start him this week. Unless you're in a 16-team league, maybe you can roster him, but still don't start him. Just stay away. Stay away from Conklin.
I actually highly agree with that.
I think he got revenge on Zach Wilson by sleeping with Zach's mom, and now he just won't throw to him.
Here we go.
Yeah, that adds up. Yep.
Yep.
All right, Tony, that leaves you with old Mikey here.
Yeah, no, I'm going to switch it. I'm going with Armani Rogers.
Okay.
With the Washington Redskins. He is the backup to the backup to the backup of the backup tight ends.
Hey,
And,
Tony,
I don't see-
you already broke your stick that you keep beating that dead horse with. All right, just
I'm going to ride it all night long.
okay. Don't say that either.
I'm going to go with Mikey Sicci.
I would take the shitty nicknames the way you were pronouncing names again over.
Yeah, I'm going to take Mike Gesicki at the tight end position as my bust.
I don't even know why I do this with you guys.
Yeah, look, I think some guys are high on Gesicki going into this week because he had a nice game last week against Minnesota, 6 catches, 69 yards. But Jalen Waddle back healthy. We got Tua back in town to kind of spread it around a little bit between Waddle and Tyreek Hill. I think Gesicki takes a back seat now again starting this week.
Yeah, I've never been high on Mikey Boy there, so I'm very comfortable with him in the bus.
That big performance felt so fluky.
Yeah, I mean, and players have big performances like that once and now, every now and then. Even a blind squirrel finds a nut now and then, right? All right,
Exactly.
let's see. Let's go on to our super smashes, super crashes.
Wait, before we do that, I want to say I really appreciate AJB getting my back in the chat. He's the only one who's acknowledged how professional I am.
He's an
Wanting
absolute
to
homer.
take difficulty.
He hates fat people and handsome people. So
AJ Brown, AJB's my guy.
I'm surprised. You know, I wore my
he
Eagles
hates
jersey
people with
tonight.
hair. He's probably a baldy.
I wore
and he-
my Eagles jersey tonight
Don't-
just for AJ.
AJ,
And-
we don't let them badmouth us, AJ.
That's probably
We're-
what the B stands for is AJ baldy.
See how they try to gang up on me? How professional are they?
Hey, you're the one writing it all night.
That's the way it goes.
No, you probably would have sat
If
there
it
and
ain't,
stared in the
if it
camera
ain't broke, don't
until
fix
he
it.
got back if I hadn't have said, "Oh, Corey froze again." So, you know, we'll just.
All right, Kyle, let's start with your Super Smash.
Super Smash from Andre Stevenson
Okay, that's a good. That's a
against Chicago. It's an amazing matchup. Stevenson's crushing it, getting all the work. Dude, Stevenson's a top 10 guy this week. Easy.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I agree. Though,
What's
wasn't
going
Damien
on?
Harris back at practice?
what's going on with Harris, Damien.
That's what I wanted to know too. I thought he was back at practice maybe this
I
morning.
think he was limited practice today.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about Belichick? Like, this is the type of game when we least expect it that all of a sudden Pierre Strong has a monster outing.
No shit.
And the next week he's back on the bench.
I don't think even he could fuck up this situation.
Only,
Even Belichick could not mess this one up. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way.
dude, if Stevenson fumbles, he doesn't even have to lose the fumble, but if he fumbles it, he's done for the season. Probably done as a Patriot. That's just how it goes over there. You don't
Yeah.
fumble the ball. So
Even
you
on a
better be careful.
Belichick team, it's worth the risk this week.
All right. If you say so, boss. All right. Tony, give me your Super Smash.
So what I like to try to do each week is to kind of take a position that I'm going to do a super smash and a super
And
crash.
it's always the
So-
one where there's not enough picks to go around, so you just kind of hog up like all the
You know,
quarterbacks.
Now, children.
This is. I'm glad there's this nice juxtaposition tonight where obviously I can demonstrate what true professionalism looks like. And we've got another guy, my counterpart, who is just is all over the place.
And
Kyle,
honestly, I'm just going to ask that you don't use big words like juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition. All right, I purposely targeted tight ends because I had not done tight ends this year yet for my Super Smash, Super Crash. Guy I really like, especially if you are trying to get through, some bye weeks here. But this week, Evan Ingram. This is a kind of a revenge matchup against the New York Giants. He in the preseason, Peterson was really talking about how much he loved Ingram, his athleticism, wanted to get him heavily involved in this offense. We didn't see it at the beginning of the year, but now he's starting to come on. In his past 2 games, 16 targets. He's averaging 8 targets a game the past 2 weeks. And the Giants are a top 10 matchup for opposing tight ends. Kind of all of that for me works out to a super smash at the tight end position for Mr. Evan Ingram.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that needed to be said.
It was very professionally said.
That's kind of the way I roll.
All right, Kyle.
I ooze professionalism. I can't help it. It just kind of pours out
Tony,
of
why
me.
don't you ooze your Super Crash out there for me?
Oh, you're going to come right back to me?
Yeah.
You also ooze into your diapers. So,
God. Oh, look at that. Our viewer count just dropped. Okay, that was...
I'm going to go with my super crash once again at the tight end position, kind of going along. Who took Jared Goff as the bus? Is that me?
yeah.
So that makes sense then that I would take TJ Hawkinson as my super crash tight end for
In
the
your
week.
moment, you forgot your own pick.
I couldn't quite remember. I wasn't sure. That was more of a shot at you because I knew I didn't take Russell Wilson. That was a Kyle play going with the injured quarterback at the bust spot. So no, I'm only kidding. I knew I had Goff.
They haven't ruled him
Hawkinson.
out
Excuse me?
They haven't ruled out Wilson yet, or at least I didn't see it.
I bet. What are the odds he gets out of the first quarter? Probably not very high. I've got Hawkinson. The offense is getting healthy. Amon-Ra St. Brown is back. What's the situation with DJ Shark? When are we expecting him back in this offense?
Don't even know.
I have no idea, honestly.
Yeah,
That's not one I've been tracking real closely.
Just curious if you were keeping tabs on DJ Shark, but the Dallas defense has just been a brutal matchup for opposing tight ends. They have not given up a single touchdown to the tight end position all season, and I predict, in my professional opinion, that this is going to be a down week for TJ Hawkinson. Super crash.
So as you can see, the only Lion we're starting this week is Amon-Ra, just because he's too damn good to bench.
You can't sit Amon-Ra St. Brown. He's unbenchable.
Other than him, bench your Lions.
Yep. Okay, Kyle, that leaves you with your super crash.
Well, my super crash with a caveat, because I made these selections before the CMC trade. So my original super crash was Jeff Wilson.
Oh, what a surprise! Well, you're going out on a limb again with that one, Jeff Wilson.
Yeah,
it was chosen early in the day, though, right, Kyle?
I was picking him before they traded for CMC.
Why don't you just say the San Francisco running backs do Wilson?
Let me finish for a minute, because I have a backup I'm going to replace him with after I say my piece.
Wilson and Elijah Mitchell, they're the bust of the week.
Jeff Wilson, even if CMC doesn't play, is a crash, because the matchup is not good for running backs, and then he's going to get game scripted out. Now, my post-CMC trade one, because this one is a little more obvious, is Clyde Edwards-Helaire against San Francisco. I ain't touching him. Screw that. So I gave a bonus one because I'm a fucking professional too. I'm also funnier than Tony. Funnier looking.
We'll let the audience decide.
Funnier looking, anyways. IQ works like golf, right? The lower the better.
Exactly.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, there's the board, guys. Hope you weren't bored by that.
That was fun.
A lot of dead horses around here, though.
Just beating them with our sticks.
Why not?
All right, man. Why does it keep doing that? Like, it's obviously not where I want. I'm
rearranging.
rearranging. Ooh, okay, here we go.
From the top rope, let's beat it again.
All right, let's get back over here to the chat really quick. Like,
Tony's got 6 minutes to hard.
I'm good. It doesn't have to be a hard stop. I'll stick around for a little bit.
oh man,
I'm running on fumes, but I'm good.
okay, all right. Let's
His
see.
nurse is late getting there, I guess.
I'm trying to refine because I had to refresh a couple times, so I'm trying to find back where I was at. Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, there's where it was. Thoughts on World War II? This is over Tony's head, probably. World War II? No.
Allied one.
Nazis are bad. That's my thoughts. America.
Some guy just accepted Dobbins and Hubbard for Kenneth Walker.
Wow.
That guy's a moron.
What the hell?
That guy is not family.
My God. Or maybe they are family. Collusion.
I want to be in that guy's league.
Do you guys think I could get Kamara Sanders for Josh Jacobs and James Robinson?
No. No shot.
So.
No
Probably
shot.
not.
You can maybe get one of them for that pair, but not both.
I don't think so either. PPR, I just got offered Swift, Devontae Smith, and Waddle for Diggs and Najee. Swift, Devontae, and Waddle for Diggs, essentially. Najee is worthless.
Oh, I'd rather keep Diggs, honestly. Yeah.
What if your running backs are just really struggling because Najee's just doing nothing?
I'd
for
give
you?
him Najee for any of those pieces, but I'd hang on to Diggs.
That's tough. Tony, you agree with that?
He's looking something up real quick on
No, I'm looking at the chat.
computing.
I am computing. I hate to lose Diggs. Diggs is the most, he's the most valuable player in the trade, and I just don't think you're getting anything back that I feel comfortable enough to move Diggs. Because let's face it, Swift is not healthy. He hasn't been healthy since Thanksgiving game last year, and even if he comes back, Jamal Williams is a big part of that offense, and he's getting the goal line touches. He's getting those kind of important scoring looks. I just don't know that I want Swift. I think I would just ride it with Najee and hope for the best. No way I'm moving. I'm parting with Diggs, not in that offense. Diggs is one of the few guys in fantasy that's reliable week in, week out.
He's got a 20-point floor. Like, this guy's been ridiculous. There's no way.
If you look at a lot of the kind of some of these players that we expected to have strong fantasy seasons, a lot of them have disappointed. And Diggs is one of the few guys who hasn't. So it's just too valuable to move.
The second best ability of a fantasy football player is reliability,
Yeah.
but it's the second best.
Right. Availability, then reliability.
So I also just got an alert on my phone that says Panthers consider DJ Moore a, quote, foundational piece.
A foundational piece that can be the foundation for somebody else for the right price, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
They're gonna wait
translation, he's going to cost a little bit more than Robbie Anderson.
Uh-huh.
That's coach speak. Yeah, exactly. He's going to cost.
He's got one more week. Yeah. Hey guys, it's time to cut bait on Hunter Renfrow.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm thinking so. I'm not wasting a roster spot on him. D Cook, Higbee, worth either Cup or Andrews, or what you guys think?
If if you're getting Cup or Andrews,
right?
I would rather be on the Cup or Andrews side of that.
Yeah,
100%. Yep.
Yeah.
Who would you trade from D Cook, Fournette, or JT? Probably Cook.
Yeah, Cook.
I prefer Fournette and JT over Cook.
Fournette's losing touches to Madison. I'm sorry. Cook is losing touches to Madison. Fournette is just
Beastin'.
He's beastly. Yeah.
So many receptions. It's crazy.
When they get that offensive line fixed, Fournette's going to be a monster.
Yep, agree. Val says my other team though, guys, Marquise got injured. Yeah, you got Russ, Najee, rough. Knox and Conklin.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that's pretty. Oh, here we go. Now we finally got down to AJ. I finally got to him. Someone just offered me Marvin Jones, Mike Williams, and Jeff Wilson for my Dalvin Cook and Zach Ertz. Tell them to go home. They're drunk.
That's going to be a hard no for me, dog.
Agreed.
Yep. Let's see. This is the team. And D Pierce, I want to offer a trade for 2. What should I do? A trade for 2.
But there's a guy who's 1-5 who has Mixon, Pittman, and Dameon Pierce, and so he wants 2 of those guys.
Got it. Oh,
and so he has to give.
I skipped a lot. Okay. Mixon, Pittman, and Pierce.
I don't know if you can get 2 without trading JT or Cup, and
Yeah, I think if you're going to do anything, you're going to have to move JT.
Yeah.
And then you're going to get back Pittman.
Mixon.
The problem though is that if you give up JT, you don't really have anybody running the football for your team. So if you give up,
you get Pittman and Pierce for JT.
Yeah, right? That's where I was going.
Yeah.
The only thing is he's Mixon and Pierce. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
he could maybe do JT and Dobbins and get all three.
Yeah, but he's already got Alec Pierce as a receiver. So I don't know that you want Pittman and Pierce. Cup Evans is nice. He's got Pierce as a number 3. I don't mind that at all. So I'd probably go with the two RBs.
Yep,
That solves your running back issue.
I agree with that. Did somebody say family? In fact, we did. I'm not going to show that one. We've already talked about that.
Can we? I'm sorry. I know I like to do this all the time. Can we go back just 1 second?
Hey, it's your bedtime. Go for it.
I want to make a comment real quick, if I could. What happened to Kyle?
He's
Just back
back.
to that trade.
Did I freeze that time?
Yeah, he kicked you off completely. You're back.
Huh. That was weird. My internet never went off. I was gone.
Yep. This one, Tony?
Yeah, just real quick. I just want to comment. I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir with both of you guys, but Joe Mixon is like an Uber buy low. This
Yep.
guy is getting elite utilization in the Cincinnati offense. The only thing that is missing are the TDs. And so if he has a negative regression when we see him starting to score, this guy's going to be a top 3, top 4, top 5 running back. So, if you do that trade, Mixon, I think, has to be one of the 3 players you get.
Question, though, of his weeks 15 through 17 being Tampa Bay, New England, and Buffalo, does that hurt your thought on his playoff schedule?
Well,
being
you've got
hard?
to get there first. So he's so heavily utilized. It's almost impossible to find a running back like Mixon who's getting that type of elite utilization, both in the running game, the passing game, and gets all of the scoring touches.
Yeah, he really
Gets
does.
the touches inside the 5, the goal line. It's an explosive offense. They got a lot of talent on that offense, so that provides more opportunities for scoring potential. I just think that out of those 3 guys, if you're looking to get 2 of them, Mixon has to be one of the 3.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all I want to say.
I feel like we're a few hours late on answering this. Is Rondale Moore a start with D-Hop back? I don't see why not. He's a great flex, I think.
Yeah. I don't think he had a great game tonight, but apparently they were running really well. So
They ran really well tonight. Yep. Says Damian Harris was a full participant at practice today. Thanks, Albert. Appreciate that. Got a researcher in the chat there. Always appreciate it, Albert. Yeah, Damian Harris was a full. I thought that's what I'd read, but I still think that's Stevenson's backfield.
You're strong.
Do what?
I said Pierre Strong. He's going to be the breakout running back of the week.
Yeah, you're probably right. Okay, I'm just an average white dude, mid-30s, dad from Philly, have hair, but it's shedding. Let's go.
I like it.
Oh, should I trade Swift for Jamar Chase?
I would do that.
I would do that. Yep. Vincent, 10-man standard. Tanya, Evan Ingram. I have Waller. I would do Ingram.
He must have posted that before we got to that part.
Yep. CMC and Higgins for Fournette and Josh Allen. I got Gino.
Don't trade Josh Allen or Fournette. No. Stay away from that
Oh,
one.
you'd be trading for CMC and Higgins?
Yeah.
No.
Stay away from that one.
No. You're just trying to get rid of all your good players? What do you do?
Every time somebody approaches him for one of his top guys, he's just like, "Oh yeah, let me see how I can do that."
He's got so many good players that he's just wanting to like.
Sometimes it's okay to just say no.
Yeah. What injury will Dak sustain this weekend? Really hard to say.
Probably stub a toe or something.
Like a hip injury of some sort, probably.
Well, no, he keeps those hips loose. That's not the problem.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh man, that's so funny.
Gets his more to
That's
Raiders.
awesome. I love AJB.
Shut up, Tony. Don't encourage that.
He's living vicariously through the Eagles fans because the Raiders suck. So let him have his
Oh
moment.
man, that's so
Hey,
funny.
Tony, you're not acting very
I
professional
love
right
it.
now.
I love it.
It's true.
That's
It's not very
awesome.
professional.
More
Has he made it through a full season?
He's calling it. Not in a while. No.
Yeah, it's
But
been a
what player
while.
has?
Not since he's got into the league.
Tell me what player has gone a full season. There's not many. The significant players.
He's only he's missed time this year, and he missed time the year he snapped his foot off at the ankle.
Right. Yeah,
But,
he broke his leg off. That was one thing.
I mean, he's only been in the league, 5 years? So
Wow.
Oh, at least Jorge's laughing at this and saying, "Guy wants Josh Allen and Fournette for CMC." Yeah, Guy can take CMC elsewhere. Yeah, waiting for more reports on CMC situation, but as of now, CMC or Godwin. This week, I'm going Godwin right now.
right
now.
Right meow, you gotta go with Godwin.
Waiting on those reports for CMC though. Agreed. Be patient on that. Okay, Vincent needs our help. Help him, please. 10-man PPR. You can see that there. Wait, what are we doing with this? Is there another part to this?
Is this just tell me all the moves I need to make one?
Yeah, I'm not seeing a question in there. I mean, you got Herbert who'll get better. You got Henry, Connor, who hopefully does better. Cordarrelle's coming back. You got Diggs, AJ Brown. That's pretty decent. Hawkinson and Gerald Everett.
Trade Mitchell to the clueless guy that didn't see the trade go through in your league.
It says, how's my team and what can I do to make it better?
You need to upgrade them running backs.
Yeah, I mean, you got Derrick Henry, but unfortunately, Elijah Mitchell just took a huge hit. You might be able to use James Conner and Etienne.
Yeah.
Or Etienne and Cordero.
You got a lot of depth at receiver. Put some of that depth to work for you with Etienne and Connor and try to upgrade that running back spot.
Yeah, that's what I would do too. I mean, Judy isn't a horrible third wide receiver there. Whew.
Look, this is a 10-man PPR league. Nobody is trading away quality for ETN or Connor. The only way you're going to be able to do anything, Vincent, the only way he's going to be able to do anything of any insignificance on that team is he's got to look at trading Diggs or AJ Brown. It's the only way. There's just who's going to take Romeo Doubs in the 10-man PPR or Connor who's injured. It's just not going to happen. So
I think you can sell high on ETN right now. Somebody needs him in Cordero, maybe.
Not going to
Dude,
happen.
it just depends. I don't see the rest of his league, but so many people are hurting for running backs right now.
Half the people in every league are morons. you can absolutely trade high on ETN and get.
All right, try it. Go ahead, try it.
Hey, I would try.
Kyle's rolling with the everyone's a moron philosophy.
No, he said half the people are morons. That's different.
Just because we wouldn't trade anything for ETN doesn't mean somebody else in that league
in
would.
a 10-man. I could see maybe in a 14, but a 10-man league.
Oh yeah.
Who's going to take Connor or ETN? Nobody's going to.
Running back.
What's he going to get for those guys?
Yeah, how deep is running back?
How deep do you think running back is?
I mean,
not very. Someone's going to be really high on ETN. Like half of Instagram is super, super high on ETN, thinking he's taken over from James Robinson.
Flip ETN for Eckler. Find that guy who's going to do that.
You can tell it's past Tony's bedtime.
Tony and Johnny Manziel are like the same person. You know?
Now that comparison, I'm feeling that one.
Well, I mean, let's talk this through for a second. Explain to me who you think you can get for ETN.
It depends. It's hard without seeing everyone's rosters. You're going to have to look through them. But there's so many teams. I'm in multiple 10-man leagues, and people have one running back, and they would love to do like a 2-for-1 or a 3-for-1. I mean, Cordero Patterson, James Conner still has the name and upside in the future. I know that you're not trading for hurt players right now, but some people might. ETN is definitely people are like ETN's taken over. People are buying ETN right now.
I'm just curious who you think you could actually get with that type of I'm being serious. I'm not joking. If you package ETN and Connor, what type of player are you expecting to try and get?
Oh, yeah, it's going to be hard. But like a Zeke, I think you could get. You might be able to get like a David Montgomery's not much of a up over Travis Etienne, probably.
Either of the Green
Kenneth
Bay
Walker,
running back.
maybe, depending on what league you're in. That league earlier was trading for Kenneth Walker for pretty cheap, apparently.
Well, apparently you got to rush out and get one of the Panther running backs and then flip them right away.
Yes, that's what you do right there.
One of the Green Bay running backs, Hunt.
Yeah, I would
Hunt's the
say.
guy I would look to be targeting.
Not with those guys, probably.
Okay, I was just curious. I was being serious. I wasn't.
Brian
trying to-
Robinson.
No, it's like it depends on where they do their research, because half the stuff on the internet right now is, oh my God, Etienne's taking James Robinson's spot. And if they're reading that, you might be able to get really good value. You don't know until you try. Like,
Yeah, I hear
obviously,
you.
none of us were trading for Etienne, but
I'm not trading for Etienne.
No, I was just curious. I was just curious.
All right, so thoughts on World War One? Wasn't bad.
Yeah,
enough
that's
that we
that's
did
where I
World
that's
War
where I
II.
bow out. It's 1:15. I got to roll, but I appreciate you guys. It was
No doubt,
fun
Johnny.
tonight. Sorry if I hurt anyone's feelings. I didn't.
Johnny
mean to.
Manziel / Vin Diesel over here.
Yeah,
Again.
Flash Baker Mayfield.
literally
Practically
said
all three the same person.
World War I was like the breaking point. History
appreciate
that
you
far
guys.
back was the breaking point for Tony tonight.
So if
I
Johnny-
remember World War One like it was yesterday.
So if Johnny Manziel and
You were
Vin
there for the
Diesel had a
Revolutionary
baby-
War, my dude.
Vin Diesel and Johnny Manziel had a baby, it would be Baker Mayfield. Am I right?
Yeah.
All right, Tony.
All
Go
right,
to
later,
bed.
guys.
All right, your night nurse is mad. Go to bed. I love it. Alrighty. Yeah, CMC is driving me nuts. I bet it is. I bet it is. Okay, let's see. Let's see if we get through some of these others really quick. I'm looking through to see Jorge. Sorry, man. We just got to get through some of these others. Zero. How does my CMC's value get affected by this trade? I think
Good. Maybe even improve.
maybe improves just because that offensive line, that offense as a whole opens him up. That offense will spread the field and it just opens it up for him. I think he's going to be fine. I'm excited to see what it does for him. They'll have the ball more on offense because that defense is better.
This
So
is very true.
Juju or Devontae Parker at flex.
Juju.
Yeah, I think I'm
Devontae
going
Parker.
Juju there as well.
Why do you even have Devontae Parker on your roster?
Morons are everywhere.
Dude, seriously.
So bad. It's so bad. Vincent, no problem, man. We're excited. Let's see. Started off season 4-0, now I'm 4-2. Dude, injuries have demolished.
Injuries have been rough.
Sorry about that, man.
We were talking about this the other day. It's like you're used to it in running backs, but now it's like, okay, you got receivers missing time. Okay. Then you got quarterbacks and tight ends missing time. That's odd, but okay. The other day I'm scrolling through NBC Edge and there was multiple kickers being put out. And I'm just like, all right, this has gone too far.
Yeah, I think I even got an alert this morning. Rodrigo Blankenship is active tonight. And it's like, what is
Yeah,
going on?
When the injuries are getting to the kickers,
Eventually they're gonna be like
it's too much.
what are they gonna say? Like the Ravens defense is out this week. It's like, wait, how do you put a whole defense special teams out? I don't even know how that works. Let's see. Trade Debo for Higgins and Ayuk.
I wouldn't. I'd hang on to Debo there.
Yeah, I think I want Debo in that as well. You think it'd be smart to package Mixon and someone else for CMC?
I wouldn't give much else. I like Mixon a lot. the rest
I
of
would
the
maybe
season.
do a little touchy touch there, but
I would give a little bit more, but not too much. Maybe like a Daubs or somebody like that, but nothing too valuable.
yeah. Sorry, Jorge. It just seems like that we're running late and
Very late.
it seems like we talk about the same trades 8 times per show per week. Full PPR is Kareem, Hunt, Lockett, Clyde Edwards, DJ Moore, and Devontae. Good trade. So Hunt, Lockett, CEH for DJ Moore and Devontae Adams.
Give me the Adams side.
Yeah, I think Devontae Adams is very valuable there. DJ
Yeah.
Moore, there's potential. There's
There,
some
he could get traded somewhere, but Devontae is the best player in that trade. I
yeah,
would
I'm
want
not
him.
trusting Lockett.
I know now.
CEH.
I know Sushi would disagree and say Lockett's the best player in the trade, but honestly, Devontae is the best player in the trade.
Yeah,
You definitely
I'm-
want that.
I'm just assuming that you have enough running back depth to be able to just give up CEH and Kareem Hunt there because you're obviously not getting a running back. And if that's the case, then yeah, DJ Moore, Devontae Adams just for Devontae Adams. Yeah. You are welcome, Zero. Sebastian, Chase and Zeke for CMC full PPR. Who wins?
There, I would take CMC.
It's so hard not
I
knowing.
think it's fair value, but
I think that's fair
I think
value.
I think I want CMC there though.
You have to answer in a vacuum, not really knowing.
Fairly. Well, both sides
'Cause
have
at
a
this-
running back. If you need a receiver, I would take Chase and Zeke. But if not, if you're just trying to get an upgrade at running back, totally want CMC there.
Yep. I feel that way. It just depends on. To me, it depends on your roster makeup, but in a vacuum, I'm going CMC for on value. Just trade DK, Dak, and Aaron Jones for 1.5 CMC owner thoughts.
You gave DK, Dak, and Jones for CMC. Is that,
That's what I'm reading this as.
if I'm understanding that correctly? I think that's fine.
I don't
If you-
hate it.
Obviously, you wouldn't move all those pieces if you couldn't afford it, right? So,
I would assume so.
yeah, I mean, that's the kind of trade that owner needed to make. If he's 1-5, he obviously needs some pieces to turn that team around. So, I think that's a good trade.
That CMC owner was smart, man.
You cash the star you got when you're struggling. You cash them in and try to get some depth, other pieces. So that's a smart move by them, and it's a good move for you to capitalize on that. Well, so
Yeah.
good job on that. I have Keenan and Lockett as wide receivers. So this is the Chase and Zeke for CMC full PPR. So he has Keenan and Lockett at wide receivers. Ouch.
It's tough giving up.
So you're giving up Chase because Keenan's hurt.
Do we get?
So because his running back one, so he needs a better running back.
Yeah, but then if he gives up Chase with Zeke, then Lockett and Keenan are his top receivers.
Bro, I don't know if I can do that.
Oh,
Lockett and Keenan, because Keenan's not even playing, so it would leave you with one wide receiver.
yeah. I think you stick with Zeke and James, Rob, for now. Oh, he says
I mean, it's still sending Chase. I like that one better, but at the same time, like,
you can't trade Chase right now until Allen's back.
I'm glad you have Lamar and Kelsey. That's deadly. I love
That's
that.
that's a nice advantage at each of those spots, but you
But-
can't trade Chase right now.
You are not in a position to
If
trade.
Lockett and Allen are your only receivers, like that's yikes.
Yeah, and unfortunately, trading like
The nice thing is you don't have to this week because Zeke has an amazing matchup this week with Detroit. So ride that out. Hang on to Chase and see what happens with Allen.
yeah,
I would hold off on that for now.
because unfortunately, you're not going to be able to trade like Keenan Allen and Zeke. You're not. It's going to take like a Chase or something. You would have to be able to afford it though, and you can't, unfortunately. So, all right, that's the end of our chat. We're taking no more. We got to go to bed. It is super late. So,
Got to go
Um,
catch up with Tony and get to bed now.
yeah, exactly.
So it's been fun, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us. Check us out Sunday morning for our pregame show.
Yeah.
Spilled Coffee will have fantasy football wish list, and I'm sure some other guys from the network will be on there with us. We'll have Tony back on here Monday night for Panic Room after Monday Night Football, and then Tuesday is our first ever FF Interactive 4-hour live event with giveaways and all kinds of stuff. Visit fantasyfootball.network or download our mobile app. That's Fantasy Football Network mobile app to get signed up for that, and let's have some fun with it. All right, until next time, see ya.